Hey guys, what's going on today? Thought I'd bring out another video. Y'all seem to like the last video where I kind of showed my setups and how I tie them and everything. So I thought I'd make another video on that. This is one of my favorite knots besides the Palomar knot. This one is called the Knotless Knot. And I know that kind of sounds strange, a knotless knot. But it's one of my favorite knots to use, one of the easiest knots I use. And you know, people that are barely getting into fishing and wanting to know, you know, good knots to tie so they won't lose fish, because there's nothing more frustrating than having a big fish on the line and then 10 foot from the bank or the boat, it just breaks off. You pull your line up and you can see where the line was all curly cued to where your knot gave out instead of your line breaking. So yeah, I thought I'd show you all today. Here I have a 12-aught Team Catfish circle offset hook. This is a monstrous hook. I hardly ever fish with this. This is basically just for size relevance, so y'all can see on camera. And here I have just some yellow nylon construction string, you know, nothing fancy, but just so y'all could be able to see. So let's get started. First, you have the hook, and what you're going to do is you're going to pass the line through the hook, through the eye of the hook. So you're going to go ahead, and I like to come in from the back, and you'll just pull your string down to follow the shank of the hook, and it's just there, just right next to the shank of the hook. And what you're going to do is you're going to grab your main line, and all we're going to do is just do wraps around the shank of the hook here. So you're going to go under the eye, and that's 1, that's 2, that's 3, oh, don't get them crooked, 4, 5, 6. Now I'm doing 6 with this thick string. If you're using lighter line, like 6 to 10 pound, you might want to go 9, 10, 11 times. I mean, the more the merrier. You really can't go wrong with that. But once you have it wrapped around the shank of the hook, your tagging is just still here at the bottom of the hook, just dangling. You're going to grab your main line. Since I came in through the back, you're going to go out the front. So you have the front of the hook, and we're going to go out the front of the hook, headed towards the back, the opposite way of what you came in. And once you run your line through there, this is what you have. You have your tagging that's just dangling, your wraps, and then where you came out, and you just slowly start cinching that down. And as you start cinching that down, the rings, those wraps that you were doing in the beginning, they're going to slowly start coming up and cinching themselves down. And right there, I've tied no knots. All I did was just wraps. And that, my friends, is one hell of a knot. Now you have your tag in down here at the bottom, and that is no longer needed, and you could trim it pretty short. This knot does not. This knot does not. This knot doesn't give way at all. I mean, you could cut pretty short and it's not going anywhere. So here's just like a little close-up of the knot, if I can get it to focus in without it being blurry. You just have your wraps running along, and then you just came out the front, out of the top. And that is a really strong knot. I mean, you could grab this thing and try pulling it, and I guarantee you the tensile strength of your line is going to bust before that line gives way. And it's a very, very easy knot, you know, for beginners. And I'm not even a beginner anymore, and I still use this knot nearly on all my setups. So it's very great. It's very strong, and with this tie, you're not gonna have to worry about your knot breaking out and giving way. And when you're trying to you know, like instead of cutting your line or you're wanting to save some of your line, this knot is one of the best knots for like reclaiming your line. All you have to do is push the line slack back through, pull your main line out, and then this knot basically just unwraps itself. Just comes right out. And it's pretty simple. And some of you may be worried, you know, when you have your line through there, how it's very easy to just kind of push it back through and your knot loosens up. That is, I've tied this knot thousands of times, and I've never had it come back through and kind of loosen up, not once. And I've fished with braid, mono, fluorocarbon. I fish with them all, and you won't have any problems with that whatsoever. That's one of my main concerns was when I first started tying this knot was, well, if it's so easy to put together and so easy to undo, then when a fish has it in its mouth and it's whipping all over the place, you know, that is there a chance for that knot to come undone? You know, of course there's a chance of anything happening, but in my experience I've never had that happen, not to me one time. But I was gonna do this video outside today, but it's blowing like 60 miles an hour out there, so we're here in the table, and thought I'd just bring y'all this video. If y'all like to see more knot tying videos, I plan to bring at least a couple more, the Palomar knot, you know, the clinch knot, a few other knots, and that way y'all have them on this site. And if you're out on the water and wanting to try a new setup, all you gotta do is, you know, go to my channel and check them out. And I try to be as definitive and descriptional as I can. That way, you know, some people, I see some videos where they're like, well, you just do this and this, wrap it around and tie it, and wham, you're done. It's not that easy. Most of these knots you got to practice over and over and over. And you could ask my wife, I'll sit there watching TV and I'll sit there and be tying knots, and she's like, what the heck are you doing? But it just takes practice, just along with everything. But yeah, I appreciate y'all tuning in. If you liked the video, please hit the like button and subscribe. And please leave a comment down below of anything else y'all would like to see. And thanks for tuning in. We'll see y'all guys next time.